Okay, on this occasion, I will tell you about my past, even that the bad past or the good past. But first, let me introduce myself. So, I was born in Jakarta, 22 April 2006. So, right now I'm 18 years old. When I was born, my father and my mother gave me name Harapiano Bija and called me Ano. They also had time to tell me how happy they were to have me. A beautiful time that my father said that. So first I'm gonna tell you guys about my good time. I mean my good past first. So when I was 9 or 11 years old, my father and my mother took me to their hometown in South Sulawesi, in Toraja to be exact. That's where my grandfather and my grandmother house is. I do really like the atmosphere that blends with nature. My grandfather and my grandmother at the time had a buffalo and pig and chicken farm, and they also had a small dog that I often played with. So when the atmosphere was at night, it feels like very cold, but it feels fresh. That's where my grandmother made me a cup of warm milk with the regal cake there. And yeah, I think that is the most beautiful memory in my past. So right now I'm gonna tell you about my bad past. So a few years after I visited my grandfather, at that time I was 14 or 16 years old. I got the news from my father that my grandfather had died at that time. And honestly, I feel deep sadness. It feel like losing someone was hard. Well, my father and my mother also felt deep sadness, and so I decided to ask permission not to go to school for a few weeks, to go to the village that and attend my grandfather's funeral. I do really want to turn back time to meet my grandfather again, spend time together in the rice field with his buffalo and bathing in mud at that time. I laughed with him at that time. The feeling of sadness returned when I told this story. And I do still remember when my grandmother told me this sentence when she cried loud in front of my grandfather's funeral. And she said, "Your grandfather never leave you. He will always in your heart and comfort your heart when you're sad or when you're down, feel low. And just remember that." And I do. When I hear this, I feel really, really calm. I hugged my grandmother at that time to shorty her, and after that, we sit in the yard with a cup of milk and cookie that my grandfather liked. So I think that's enough for now. And thank you for everyone who has listened to my story. And I do feel really miss him right now. I really do. Because my grandfather always buy me something that I like. For example, fireworks. When I got there, my grandfather always bought me some fireworks so I can play with that. It's so fun when I got with him. So thank you guys for everyone who has listened to my story. Thank you very much.